let's do a little.
It likes you.
There we go.
It likes you the mostest.
It likes me the most.
Oh, you know what will help is if I went like this way because the light's on that side. Although I don't know if my hair wants to do that.
I don't know what my hair wants to do. Let's see. Maybe close this a little bit. This is the exciting part of the live feed.
Super good time. You know, it doesn't help that I didn't comb my hair.
I mean, I technically own a comb.
Somewhere in the house.
Somewhere I own a comb.
I give up. I've given up. This is me giving up. Sorry, guys.
Alrighty. I was more like, what's dangling? I was wondering if these were headphones.
Oh, what is that?
Those
is
are headphones?
yarn?
No, those are the the pulley tabs from our dice bag.
Oh, drawstrings.
Drawstrings, and that is our D&D dice bag.
D&D.
That is a mess for Nick to
Nobody look at that.
Nobody look at that.
Here,
I was supposed to be hiding it with my...
Look, it's gone. We're just very cozy now.
There you go. Wait, let me turn off the light in the kitchen too.
Oh, that was my fault. What's up, guys?
Jesus is dramatic live
Hey.
feed.
Oh, you know what? I'll take a minute to do. There was a couple of technical or delivery errors with some of the pod cards.
Yes.
Those are going back out, replicas. If you did not receive one and are
Please let us know.
a Patreon member who should receive one, let us know. There's been a couple, because we sent out something fancy, and I went to the post office, and I talked to the man.
And then they fell apart.
And he said, this should be perfect. They fell apart, and some of them just did not get delivered.
And I think actually one person emailed, and it was one of those where I thought, I was like, hey, Grace, email. And then she thought I was going to answer, and then I thought she was going to answer, and then we haven't. I'm going to email you.
Yes. Sorry. But we do have a few people who that happened to.
We only see each other every single day, and yet communication failed.
Look, there's a lot of moving parts.
Can I just say I love how the candlelight is flickering off of you? We have a fancy candle.
What is the god of fire, or what is he called? Melisandre's god?
Oh, it's just the god of fire.
The god of fire.
This is
the night is dark and full of terrors.
If you're a candle person, this is Wax and Wool. She's on Etsy. This is bourbon scented. She makes some really great scents. So
for the night is dark and full of terrors.
We're on season. We're about to watch this season 5 finale.
Oh, okay. I think you may be further along than we are.
We might be a couple episodes further. Like the arena just happened. And
because where we are, we just met the waif.
Yeah, no, we're past the waif.
Okay.
A dragon, Drogon. Thank you.
Drogo.
The big one just showed back up in all his glory.
Nice. Yeah.
So, anything D&D last week. Because we were recording right beforehand.
Oh, right.
Like way back in the time machine. We basically have decided to go to the temple, and we don't know if we're going to survive.
We're going to temple it up. We did some really mean things to a character, and I think it was our characters. Basically, me and Nixie decided, well, we can't kill this man, so just slash his heels.
Oh, that was way before.
Was it a different campaign?
No. We've already mentioned that one.
Oh, okay.
That was because that was before he got his head killed.
You're right. All we did do was kind of wander around the temple.
We did some chasing. We did some goose chasing.
Yes.
We chased some geese.
And some crows.
And some crows. I was on board for just randomly slaughtering some goblins for XP, but apparently I was overruled.
Yeah. We did take a vote. We're like, fuck it. We're going all in.
And then we fought like human-sized crows or something. I don't know.
So we went to the Temple of Elemental Evil. And only one of us, me, passed our wisdom save.
Yeah, well, yeah, because you saved Ari.
And everybody else was scared. So scared to the point of incapacitation.
Yeah.
Which was really fun because I've worked out my character to play where he's terrified.
Yeah.
He's Jon Snow level terrified, but he has to do the things anyway. That's kind of the way his character works. So he's like, fuck, how am I the only one aware enough? But I think it works with the story. Yeah. Because the idea is that he's the only one who's aware of how terrifying he is. So he can work through it. Anyway, luckily, my guy's a healer. He had a potion of heroism on him that he'd put together. And he gave it to the cleric. And it was like, cleric, know what do?
And then cleric's like, I don't know what to do.
So, but we figured something out.
We just went around the problem.
Yeah.
And then we were attacked by a bunch of crows who basically were flying above us and then dive bombing us. And then I went, do I get a fucking attack do I get a fucking opportunity attack? And the DM's like, well, yeah. And I'm like, I'm firebolting his ass from here until eternity.
Yeah. I think you and I got some good attacks of opportunity.
Yeah, because every time they came in, I was just like, fucking firebolt your ass. You want to come for me? You want to come for me, bro?
And it was fun too because our characters tend to hang out together because they are friends from the past.
Because reality.
Yeah. And so I was like, well, that one attacked my friend, so I'm going to attack the one she just attacked in the hopes that we kill it. But also it works in the story because don't hit my friend, bro.
Don't hit my friend, bro. And it was fun because
we're going to throw hands.
Our actually like heavy hitters kept couldn't get the attacks of opportunity, and us squishies in the back are like, fucking come at me.
Yeah. Keep it up. Keep it up.
I will take you all up from the air because I'm one of the few people that can throw shit up that high.
Basically, because we don't like to fight melee, we did well.
So that was fun. That was as far as we got.
And this weekend, probably no D&D.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a side adventure happening.
You're doing a side adventure.
Which is one of my first characters. It's Mr. Phil's birthday weekend, so we're playing our first campaign, which I think some people know about.
And it was with vampires and no Nixie and Grace. Not Nixie and Grace, no Nixie and Nick.
It was just Philanda, Mr. Phil, and friend Amanda, who I referred to as Philanda.
Yeah.
It's Philanda, boyfriend Jesse, and I, and we're just gonna revisit it because it's Mr. Phil's birthday, and we just happen to be the ones who have the night off.
Go ass kick.
Yeah, and I get to use my fancy new toy, which is a mace.
Exciting.
It's called the Mace of Disruption.
That sounds amazing.
It's a lantern that turns into a mace that also has wings.
That's fucking awesome.
Because I'm a celestial now. And we did do this little setup recently where Jesse's like, what do you want to have done on your downtime? I'm like, you know how Doctor Strange makes his thing so nobody can ever fucking touch it or else it implodes? I was like, I want to do that to my lantern.
Yeah.
Like, ain't nobody getting this fucking lantern.
I mean, that's basically what Sam did to her satchel.
Yeah.
It's not quite to the absolutely no one can get in, but it's already like, you're going to get fucked up and you're probably going to lose a hand if you try to touch my satchel.
You will die or it will self-destruct. Either way, no one's getting it.
Alrighty. Are we ready to dive into this beast?
I'm so ready.
Alrighty. Welcome to episode 165 of There's No Place Like Terra. I am Nixie.
And I'm Grace, and today we're going over Stargate, the original, the OG.
Stargate OG.
Season, I didn't write my season. Season 8, episode 6.
7.
You're right. Season 8, episode 7. Affinity, aka just butt stuff. I'm sticking to it. I'm sticking to the AKA I decided last week.
Okay.
And here's what I've decided.
Yeah.
That's what happened in that
just
hotel
butt
room. Just butt stuff.
Okay.
Or Teal'c stay out.
Okay. My AKA, I am Batman.
I am Batman. Oh, well, we all write some terrible Batman impressions.
I am Batman. Teal'c is Batman.
Teal'c Batman. I am Teal'c Man. I like that one.
Teal'c Man.
Teal'c Man.
T-Man. Okay, so this aired August 20th, 2004. It was written and directed by Mr. Peter DeLuise. Nice. A name we have not seen in a bit.
That's true.
It was nice to see him.
You think it's in like the writer where it's like you must always have two DeLuises in a production at once?
Probably.
So it's like, well, if you want Pete, you gotta have
you gotta so Erica Durance as DP Jesse pointed out.
Oh, right.
So many times. She is Lois Lane from Smallville.
We did our rewatch right before we played D&D, and boyfriend Jesse kept going, I know her, and I kept going, shut up. Shut up,
and then
Wesley.
Every time she was on screen, he was like, it's Lois Lane. Lois Lane.
I'm like, no, it's not.
Go away.
Yeah. Get out of here. It's Krista, and she's terrible for Teal'c.
Go prep your campaign.
Yeah. Go adventure.
She also stars with a certain Mr. Michael Shanks in Saving Hope.
Oh.
Which is, I don't know if you saw it. It did, at least the first season, I think, aired here. It's a Canadian.
It sounds familiar.
It's basically, I'm going to say, it's a little more Grey's Anatomy than ER.
Oh, okay.
I think you might appreciate.
I probably would like it.
There's some supernatural elements in it.
I'm for it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch Saving Home.
She's also married to David Pelfey, who plays Anubis, among other characters.
Wow.
She was also recently on
We
Supergirl.
should have known that she was trouble. She's married to Anubis.
I know. She was also on Supergirl as Allura Zarel, who's her like mom.
Okay.
And
so she likes all these Superman related things.
Yeah.
She likes to be Superman adjacent.
I'm just gonna read you this from the Stargate Wiki. This paragraph from the Stargate Wiki, because Erica Durance, who played Krista, plays Lois Lane in the TV show Smallville. Her on-screen appearance on that show was about a month after this episode, her first appearance.
Oh, okay.
Durance's sister is the wife of Christopher Judge's brother.
Oh, okay.
Jeff Judge. Erica is married to David Pelfey. Since 2012, she's co-starred with Michael Shanks in Saving Hope. And, well, that's over now, but Michael Shanks also played the archaeologist, Carter Hall Hawkman, on 5 episodes of Smallville, where she played Lois Lane.
Wait, Michael Shanks was on Smallville?
Yeah, he was Hawkman.
I gotta watch Smallville.
I keep saying I need to watch Smallville too, and I keep not getting around to it.
We'll watch it someday. Maybe can we just cut to his episodes?
Yeah, he was also someone else I know. No, that was what's the CW one where they go around jump in time?
Oh,
in the DC world. The time jumpy one. Anyway.
Look, I know you just said what you said, but my brain went Sliders.
Okay.
The like 99.
I fucking love Sliders.
So,
but in Hawkman, in 5 episodes of Smallville, who Michael Shanks' character first met Erica's character when she was looking at ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics in her text.
My brain just went.
Basically, all of television in Vancouver is small. Not small. I mean, it's big, but it overlaps. It's a Smallville.
Of
Vancouver is Smallville.
If you will.
Also, apparently, Claudia Black was considered for this role.
I know that name.
You do?
I know that name from Uncharted.
Nope.
Wait, what else do I know?
From a show you're going to start watching.
Oh, right. But she's also a voice in Uncharted.
Is she?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And I think I learned that when I started watching Farscape. Hang on, I gotta look her up now. Quick, somebody do like the but yes, she is in.
Wait, okay, never mind.
What?
I was gonna do a craft corner while you look things up.
Oh, she is Chloe. I did know that. She plays Chloe Fraser, who is a good guy / bad guy.
Okay.
Good guy / bad guy.
Okay.
Quite don't know where she stands. A Jamie Lannister, if you will.
Gotcha.
Who's ultimately a good guy. In Uncharted, she's not the main squeeze. She's not the romantic lead forever. So there's 4 Uncharted games.
Okay.
In the first one, we meet Elena.
Mm-hmm.
Love my life. Nathan Drake's one and only.
Yes. Does she die? I'm assuming she
no,
dies.
She doesn't die.
Okay.
She's a spunky reporter.
Okay.
Who's on an investigative journalism piece in South America. And that's where she runs into Nathan Drake, and he's like, "You're gonna get shot." And she's like, "No, I'm not." And she starts shooting shit too. So she's a fucking badass.
So she's basically Marion.
She is, yes.
Okay.
She is Marion with a bit of a journalist / travel channel personality.
Okay.
So then,
just to clarify, Marion is the love of my life.
Oh, I can see that
because she's
fucking Marion. Yeah. Because when somebody's intro is just drinking some of the people under the table. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then in the second one, Chloe's not, Elena is not in it. Chloe's character, her name is Chloe. The woman's name is a different name. Sorry, I'm getting the names confused because they're both C names, right? It's Claudia something.
Yeah, it's Claudia Black.
Claudia Black plays Chloe Fraser.
Yes.
I was getting the names mixed up in my head. So we meet Chloe, and she's a bit of like, she's a thief the way Nathan Drake is. Like, she basically knows him in his bad boy times. And it's like, we've worked together. We've done shit together. She's kind of a badass in her own right. She's pretty cool. And it's the whole honor among thieves thing. Blah, blah, blah. I think that might actually be the name of the game. That game. And she's really cool, but she's not my girl.
Okay.
Our other girl kind of comes back at the end of the third one. Towards the middle to the end of the third one, where it's like, are we going to make this work? Are we not going to make this work? And Nathan Drake's like, I don't know how to love people because I'm an orphan from the streets and blah, blah, blah. by the time we get to the fourth one,
yes,
they are old and married and together, and they have a child, and that is their life.
And then shit
hits the fan, and it's like, is this the end of our story? Is this the fucking end of our story? And you don't know for a little while. I won't spoil the way it ends.
Okay.
If anybody ever wants to at least watch a walkthrough, because it's really well written.
Gotcha.
But I just love the way it plays out. At the end, but then there's like a 4.5 game where it's just Claudia Blackflair's character, Chloe Fraser, and another female badass that we met in the fourth game.
Gotcha.
Doing their own adventure.
Doing their own thing. Girl power.
Yes. And they are beautiful and wonderful. And that is my Uncharted summary. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
So the other
Uncharted is
for some reason, if we're gonna go, I just somehow in the middle of that, I was reminded that before we really get into this episode, we have to raise 2 glasses this week. One is to a podcast we also know and love.
Oh yes.
Of For Geek's Sake.
Our friends at For Geek's Sake
put up their last episode.
Our friend Dan, who some of you may remember, did a couple of guest spots. I'm
sure will be back at some point.
Yeah. Now, hey Dan, I know this is a hard way to say this, but I know you got a little bit more free time on your hands now. Come on over. Come on over.
And then also, the word came out yesterday. Well, Friday. This goes up Tuesday. The word came out Friday that after 15 seasons.
Yeah.
They have one more season, but after 15 years, carry on, my wayward sons.
R.I.P. and peace.
Supernatural.
Winchester Brothers.
Now, here's my thing about Supernatural. I don't know if we talk about it. Clink. I don't know if we talk about it too much. I fucking love Supernatural. Like, they've had 15 fucking years. I mean, they're gonna go out with an amazing bang. I can't fault them for not continuing the show.
It's time.
Yeah,
it's time.
I love the show, and I wish it could go on forever. Everyone there, as much they are a legit family now, but I'm also like, hey, I'd like to do some other shit.
Yeah. Unlike our friends at For Geek's Sake, who I think are gone too soon.
Yes.
For Supernatural, it is time.
It's 15 years. 15. They had their 300th episode.
Yeah. But yeah. Bummer. But yeah, maybe we'll have. Now I'm thinking out loud on the podcast. I'm committing us to this.
That's fine.
Maybe we should have producer Dan on. And maybe do some tournament style things the way they did on For Geek's Sake.
I actually the James Bonding did a draft. Yeah. I've been wanting to do a draft, and we need more than 2 people.
I definitely. It's just not as fun. I would love to do a tournament, like discuss out a tournament for all of the fighters in Game of Thrones. So you take every single fighter, you pull their names randomly, you get, okay, from the beginning, where do we start? Braun and whatever. You know what I mean? It's like, who wins this one?
Braun.
You do. And so then you have to argue for both sides, count up the points, and see who wins.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. We will discuss off air possibilities of the future. On to Stargate.
Yeah.
So we start right in wondering what series we're watching. I believe you actually went. Did I put Stargate on?
Yeah. Because we were, again, at my house. I'm not usually driving.
Yeah.
Like anything in my life. I've never driven the ship. And so I'm like, did I do this wrong? What TV movie is this?
So some asshats tailgate some super chill dude. They're hopped up on drugs or impersonating Biff from Back to the Future.
A little of both.
Like, they're way too, like, neck veiny.
Bro.
They're way too neck veiny.
Yeah, so many neck veins.
They go to kick his ass when this fist is caught by Teal'c, wearing a beautifully tailored vintage style shirt.
Teal'c is unstuck from time.
Oh, I know.
He has no idea. I think he thinks he's in the 1940s.
But here's the thing. He pulls it off impeccably. Yes,
he wears it very well.
He pulls it off impeccably.
Yeah.
He tries to explain the finer points of road etiquette before headbutting him, quickly taking out the other assholes and doing like the best here, punch the top of my head instead move ever.
Yeah.
And
I wrote Teal'c and his shirt step in to solve the problem.
I'm waiting for like some Shaft music to start playing. And I believe it is now necessary to notify the police as they're all out cold, and he smirks.
It's Super Teal'c to the rescue.
And like, Who's the Man starts playing over this.
Yeah. I want like Salt and Peppers. What a man, what a man,
what a man,
what a mighty good man.
Yes, what a mighty good man.
Kaylee also likes that song.
And credits. I can't decide if when we start singing, if Kaylee's going, shut the fuck up, you can't sing, or if she's trying to sing along with us.
She might be trying to harmonize. I'm going to decide that she's trying to harmonize. Because she's like, I know that range.
When we're
right here.
When I watch Outlander, I always sing along to the theme. I can't sing.
Oh, yeah.
So I sing along to the theme, and Kaylee gets very vocal at that point.
Yeah, I don't know. I like to think it's a little Edna Mode-ish. Like, no, you're doing this all wrong. But sometimes I think she wants, sometimes if she's being nice, I think she's harmonizing. I got your teeth.
So after the credits, Walter sneaks into Jack's house, or Jack's office. Jack's house.
Yeah,
he lives there now.
Yeah. He does do the really nervous, like, hey, I'm gonna bother you.
I know you don't want to see this other person I have with me.
I can tell when I'm in a shitty mood at work, because the guys will ask, who are supposed to ask me questions if they don't understand something. That is what they're supposed to do. When they go to ask me, they go, hey, Grace. And I'm like, clearly I've been a bitch today, but I can't stop now.
I've invested this much into the bitch.
It's just the hill I die on. So I go, yes.
All the words get longer.
Yeah.
So Jack never gave Colonel Kendrick an appointment. He just showed up because reasons.
Sure.
He's apparently all up in Teal'c's business. And not giving him pass for anything since, he saved the world countless times. Maybe he gets a pass.
Yeah.
No, to Kendrick, he's just a liability and possibly a national security risk.
Yeah. Now, if we are going to look at this as impartial judges,
yes,
he's not wrong. At the end of the day, yes, this guy is very much sticking out. Yeah,
but is he really that much more of a national security risk than like Jack? Like, he sticks out, but because he's, as it comes out later, he sticks out because he's doing good.
Well, it's the thing where I don't think the solution is lock him down. I think the solution is he needs a little more time to integrate.
But he may stick out, but he's not sticking out going, hey, that's an alien.
Maybe.
Like, no one's going to assume he's an alien by default.
But here's the thing. It is a very large, very well-built man. He's going to stick out regardless.
Exactly.
He's beautiful.
He's exactly. That's what I'm like. He's not going to stick out any more than normal.
Yeah. Not because he's an alien. You're absolutely right. He's just a conspicuous person.
I think he's going to, the problem is not the inherent Teal'cness of the situation. The problem is the Earth bad guys who want to leverage him.
You're absolutely right.
Is the problem. He is not the national security risk.
Yeah, the national security risk is the people who are trying to come and get him.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, I think the solution is just to say, you know what, Teal'c, you can have your own apartment in San Francisco. Like, you just can't live here.
You can't live here.
You stick out.
You need to find the right place to put him in.
You drop a Teal'c in San Francisco, or I can't even think of where else would be just as, maybe a bigger city. Chicago works well.
Yeah.
You know, we got a couple friends up there that he can stay with, and they're corgis.
Well, it's more of just we do. It's more of just he has to live close enough to go to work.
Yeah,
is the problem. Here's my thing is it's more like, okay, well then maybe he like,
or hell, even Denver would be fine,
or at least temporary things like moves in with Daniel.
There you go.
Like if Daniel or Sam has a 2-bedroom.
Yeah.
Like he just moves in as like a side apartment.
Like a mild type of okay, I got it. You know, like how princesses have a person who's kind of in charge of them?
Yeah.
He kind of has a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Like an attendant or a guy, they just give him a roommate, and the roommate happens to have clearance.
He moves in with Walter.
Yes.
Or Siler.
It was like, hey, bro, don't go to that door where you hear shit right now.
Exactly.
Maybe just stay here.
It's more of just getting him more. He knows Earth culture, but he doesn't know living on Earth culture.
Yeah.
He just needs an extra like culture translator.
And again, it's only because of where they're deep in Colorado. If they were in New York City, nobody would give two shits.
No one would give two shits.
Yeah.
A cultural translator. I like that concept.
I do like that. I want to be that when I grow up. A cultural translator.
So, and I also like that we learned that Kendrick's first name is Richard when Jack just calls him a dick. I mean, Dick.
Yes.
Fun fact, a friend in college actually nicknamed me Dick.
Oh.
And the way she got to it is because my name is Nix.
Mm-hmm.
And then we used to add things on to people's names. So like Amy would become Amith, or Wendy would become Wendith, or we'd add a Y.
Yeah.
So she added, and she started calling me Nixon. Because she's weird.
Yeah.
And then, of course, from Nixon, from Richard to Dick.
I like
so
that.
Then she just she would just yell down the hallway,
yeah,
Dick, and that would be me.
That's not strange at all.
She's not strange at all.
I've only ever had one nickname, and I love it, and I will never have another.
I do have one nickname that I hate and despise.
I won't say it.
No, please don't. No, you do know it, but you don't have to say it.
Oh, I do know it.
Yeah, you do know it.
No, mine was our sports guy at the first TV station. I probably shared this story. Is from Northern California, about the right age to have survived the summer of '69. So my nickname naturally was Slick.
Yeah, well, that works.
And I was like, I'll fucking take it.
I feel like I can call you Gracie.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one, that's true. That is one that if the wrong person does it, makes me cringe.
Yeah.
If the right person does it, I'm like, yes, this feels right.
Yeah.
You know, the shittiest part about that is I don't know until they do it. Then I'm like, sorry, you're out. Or yeah, that works.
And mine just rolls because I go by Nixie enough that it's just Nixie and Gracie.
Yeah. Because
we're one person. Also, because Gracie always reminded me in a good way. I have to preface that of one of the humpback whales in Back to the Future 4.
I used to get the say goodnight, Gracie.
Oh yeah,
no, Gracie.
That's not.
I'm fine. I mean, it's Gracie Allen, so it could be worse people.
I'm just saying that's not the reference that I go for. I go to Star Trek.
Sure.
Also, that banana on Jack's desk. Do you think he's gonna eat that banana? I'm thinking Walter just put that on his desk because he has to eat some fruit.
Yes, Walter's like, please eat, please something, please.
And he just goes down and gets some French fries.
Oh yeah, or like a bag of Doritos out of the vending machine. Yeah.
But they're like, please eat some fruit, and he's like,
yeah, a little bit. Walter's kind of adopted him as like his. Yeah, he's his caregiver now. Yeah.
Well, he's just doing everything he can to make sure that the general stays generally.
Yeah.
I'm sure he did the same thing for him,
exactly
but him ate the banana.
Yeah. I wonder, well, you know what? It probably took years and years of training and understanding. Like, he probably tried apples for a little while and then oranges. And then he's like, well, maybe I peel the orange. Or maybe I do this. Or maybe I slice it.
I just love the image of Walter peeling an orange and then delivering on a plate the peeled oranges and a smiley face to ham it, some blueberry eyes.
Maybe. Little crackers on the side, cheese and crackers. I feel like he stopped bringing Jack like a cheese salami plate because he's just eating the meat.
He's just eating the salami.
Yeah, he's just like, more of this, please, bye.
Alrighty, so Daniel comes and visits Teal'c in his new apartment, and man, Teal'c has some amazing decorating skills. It's Jaffa chic with an East African flair.
Yeah, I call it. Yeah, it's Jaffa chic or Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Yeah, it is very Animal Kingdom Lodge. And we learned that Teal'c loves HGTV because who doesn't? And shocker, Daniel is a History Channel guy.
Not surprised.
I'm assuming also Nat Geo.
Oh, a little bit, yeah. And probably some PBS here and there for culture.
Depends on the show.
Yeah,
he's not going to be watching what's the Treasure Hunter Antique Roadshow. He's not watching Antique Roadshow.
He's not actually. Although maybe, like, if he's in one of those, like, I need to mind.
He's gonna go to Nova first.
Fair.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he's just a very culturally based guy. You know what he does? If he does watch Antiques Roadshow, he yells at the TV to tell them how they're doing it wrong.
He's
like, nope, that's the wrong century. Nope. To him, it's a sport.
It's Jeopardy.
Yeah.
He's a problem. He would not get any of the current Jeopardy questions, but half the Jeopardy questions, he's down.
Yeah.
So Teal'c knows that Daniel is not just stopping by to visit a friend. Jack heard about the incidents in the cold open, and Jack was like, go speak to him, Daniel.
Yeah, you speak, Teal'c.
This is not keeping a low profile.
This is not what people do.
Teal'c's like, but I prevented criminal activity. Like, the issue is not your tattoo. He says it's a tribal mark. He's like, what more does the government want? Like, I'm keeping no, dude. Typical members of humans, the humans culture, don't go around getting involved in other people's business. You can't just go full vigilante and think that's blending in. It sounds horrible that we don't care, but that's good or bad. Like, it is
the human condition spoken amongst two giant men in small shirts.
Yeah, I know.
Like, that's what this scene is called. The human condition brought to you by two men in tight shirts. Because my goodness.
And
like, I know baby tees were in for a while. I didn't know they were in for guys as well as girls.
Because she's wearing tiny shirt too.
Yeah.
There's no normal size t-shirts.
On any, whoever was in charge of wardrobe shrunk everybody's clothing this episode.
Except for Sam.
They just destroyed.
Just whatever that jacket is, we'll get to it. And well, Jack, Pete, and Sam are the only ones in normal size clothing this episode.
Yeah. I could not focus on what they were saying because I'm just, look, I know it's inappropriate to speak this way.
Yeah.
But my goodness, the shirts were just very small and the muscles are very big.
I know.
On both of them.
Yes. Besides the fact that
I'm like, look, if you're going to wear this, at least somebody bring out a folding chair and start fighting. So you're wasting those muscles.
But then Teal'c is like, but Daniel, you showed me all this Batman.
This is how I Batman.
And he's like, yes, but you can't be Batman.
Yeah.
And then Teal'c goes, but can I be Black Panther? And then Daniel goes, are you the king of Wakanda?
Yeah.
And then Teal'c goes, can you prove that I'm not the king of Wakanda?
I mean, can we prove that he's not Wakandan? Period?
And then Daniel goes, fair.
Yeah. I feel like what tribe in Wakanda would he be from?
Oh, that's
I feel like
good.
he's those mountain people.
I don't know if he's a mountain. I don't know if he's mountain.
Okay.
Yeah. No, because they're a little more wild, a little more wildling.
That's fair. Teal'c is a soldier.
Yeah.
Oh, I just imagine Teal'c and Tanai Gurira's character. I'm gonna stop now.
Yeah, they'd get along well.
They would get along very well. Let's keep moving forward.
Do you remember in the earlier episode with
Ishta?
Yeah, with Ishta?
Yep. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. So also, who knocks at the door? Hello, attractive woman who made Teal'c cookies. That certainly doesn't have any alternative motive behind it.
Oh, look, it's Krista and her cookies.
Cookies.
Like, that's how you have to say it.
And to be fair, the innuendos go down from here.
Yeah. You know what it is? I've been watching too much Marjorie and Cersei conversation on Game of Thrones.
Oh my god.
So everything that comes out of my mouth.
Everything is subtext.
Yes. Thank you for your cookies.
So apparently the cover story is that Daniel hired Teal'c to come over from Mozambique to help out.
And Chris is like, that's great. Can you help me with my plumbing?
Oh, we'll get there. I was going to actually have a serious moment first. I was going to have like a really serious moment of just like, dude, the country of Mozambique is having a really fucking rough time right now because they got hit fucking in the ass by Cyclone Ida.
Oh.
Yeah. They are like bad. Some of the cities there are like worse than if like Katrina hit a country in Mozambique.
Oh, wow.
Like you can see.
Because cyclones are essentially hurricanes.
They're hurricanes.
Just on the other.
Yeah. It's like the city is now water.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, I know PBS is an amazing, if either spread the word, if you are in a place to throw $5, I know PBS is an amazing page of trusted charities you can donate to, just always verify charities. Like it's
The Red Cross is always a good one to
Red
look
Cross
into.
is a great one, and
because
I know they're
I
there.
think they know how to disperse funds too, where they're also probably helping the people dealing with flooding in Nebraska.
And I know, yes, that's great. I know the PBS has one specifically about like a bunch of charities that are specifically in Mozambique, but Red Cross is great because I know the middle of the country right now is also going
one of those where
floods.
like I only have $10 to share.
Yeah. Which is why, like, even if you can't donate financially, just making people aware that, like, there is this horrible.
Yeah, I had no idea.
The city is gone in Mozambique, and I forget the exact name of the city.
Holy shit!
But it's imagine the devastation that Katrina wrought, but in a place that doesn't have any of the infrastructure of New Orleans.
Right. It's even poorer.
Yeah.
It's in an even less preparation than.
Yes. So just, they happen to mention Mozambique, and then Mozambique has been in the news. So that was back to the non-serious part of Krista, we learned her name is glad to have a nice man around who cares about the neighbors. Also, Daniel gives him a wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I don't know what this says about me.
Yeah.
But I don't trust anybody who's that helpful.
Oh, in terms of like Teal'c?
Yeah, I would have been like, don't come in my house.
I get that.
That's all.
It's like a cultural difference. However, if your neighbor is Teal'c,
I mean, I'm gonna be like, come have a beer.
Yeah.
But then if he's super helpful like that, at some point I'm like, hey, Nixie, come over. Because I don't know what this dude actually wants.
I do like how Daniel's like, remember all that stuff I mentioned about not helping people? There's exceptions to all the rules.
What a wingman.
I mean, she literally asked him to help with her pipes.
Yes. Can you help lube my pipes?
Like, and the look on Daniel's face when she mentioned pipes was Daniel's like, which pipes?
Yeah. How all of the, like every pipes? Which pipes are a no-go? Oh, just butt stuff? Got it. He's a good wingman.
But also, it's more of like, dude, at this time we don't really we don't know that she has a boyfriend, so it's like
no. Well, I feel like Daniel's really good at being like, oh, I'm just gonna slowly back my way out of this room
because
have fun.
Two single adults doing the thing.
And just like, finger guns at Teal'c as he walks out the door.
He just walks out going, a bang, a bang, a bang, and a bang. It's not a bang, 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 and a bang.
Bang, bang, bang.
So next up is Pete and Sam hanging out in a park at it's not a park to hang out in.
Before we even get to there, in case the subtext was hidden, they're getting tube steaks. That's all. They're not getting hot. This sign says tube steaks.
Tube steaks. This is a very phallic mentioning episode. It's a very innuendo for penises episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite a thing.
Also, Peter DeLuise is a cameo holding a kid coming up to get some tube steaks afterwards.
Oh, I missed that.
It's because you were distracted by the sign that said tube steaks.
Tube steaks. I was busy writing tube steaks.
Also, there's a woman in a red coat behind him as they walk by. I'm pretty sure it's Amanda Tapping's mom.
Oh,
it's adorable. So Pete is imagining Sam in tight spandex this episode, guys, as he's getting used to the part where his girlfriend is a superhero. And here's my thing is, are they joking about the confusion over like the boyfriend girlfriend part? Is that just part of like the cute little like game, or is Sam like confusion over the girlfriend boyfriend part? Because if it is, that makes the next part where he's like, by the way, I admit that I stalked you and I put in for a transfer to Colorado Springs, and here's an engagement ring. A bit questionable.
Where she's like, is Sam like, whoa, we are seeing each other, but we're not exclusive. Those are things you got to clarify. Thankfully, I think she's on the same page, but at first,
girl, we're speechless too. The man stalked you.
But she kind of liked it. I don't know that that's okay.
Yeah, it's there could be they're in a place where like it wasn't necessarily considered stalking and it's now a joke. But if I am Sam's girlfriend, I am going, girl, he stalked you.
Yeah, look, if that's my friend over a bottle of wine, I'm going, your entire relationship is built on a foundation of lies and mistrust. Where one, she lied to him, and two, he mistrusted her. And then the stalking. Yeah,
there's a difference between like
they have aired it all out though.
They have aired it all out. There is a difference between actual lies and like I legitimately cannot tell you what I do for a living.
Right.
Because at some point you're not lying about it. You're just going, I can't tell you.
Yeah.
But we'll get to it later in the episode. So now Teal'c and Krista are bringing in groceries, and she's going to make him a lasagna, which, again, that's serious. You don't just make lasagna for anyone.
No, it takes a long time to make lasagna. And once it's in the oven, you got nothing to do for like 45 minutes.
So Krista does have a boyfriend, but he's not handy. Wink, wink. So the skater kid, Eric, shows up.
With his penis.
I'm just no, with his hands.
Well, that too.
Yeah, that's where I was going.
Yeah, that's right.
So the skater kid shows up. I mean, T is clearly the coolest guy in the world to him.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you're that age, don't
you have a T in your neighborhood?
Yeah.
Shh.
Yeah.
That's the coolest guy in the world.
The biggest, like, muscliest dude ever, who's just kind of a good guy at the end of the day. Oh yeah. Everyone's in love with Teal'c. And then I feel like he needs his own like 70s sitcom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'd watch that.
Yeah.
So these people live on the worst corner on the world because
no kidding.
We already had like the big car almost fight, and then some guy does the cliche grab of the woman's purse and runs.
Yeah.
And Teal'c fights the urge to intervene, but fine. And he takes an avocado and he chucks it half a football field. Not only does he hit the guy, but he knocks him unconscious.
Yeah. With an avocado.
This guy chucks an avocado.
Never mind why we're putting avocado in lasagna. But
that's for the guac beforehand.
Oh, good. But that's quite a throw.
I don't know. Was avocado toast a hipster thing at this point in 2004?
I think it might have been too soon.
It's pre-avocado toast.
Pre-avo toast.
The guy, 50 yards, avocado out cold.
Just that's when you should have been like, I did shot put in high school.
No, in college. I was quarterback.
Yeah. So what? Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't deny that. I'd be like, yeah.
I mean, it sounds legit. Chris Judge did play football.
Yeah, there you go.
And the bad guys take photos of Teal'c. So later, Teal'c has, all the candles in Colorado burning.
Well, he's always trying to like check the fire systems and everywhere he goes.
He has had more candles on his on-base quarters. I think they're just spread out around the apartment now.
Right. Well, now he's like, I've got more places to put candles.
Exactly.
I must buy more candles soon because look, there's not nearly enough candles in this room right now.
And we hear Krista's manipulative, abusive slime ball of I'm going to put boyfriend in quotes.
Yeah.
Pounding on her door trying to get in. Mm-hmm. I love how Teal'c's like, if it was a private conversation, it wouldn't be so loud and in the hallway.
That's fair.
Completely fair. Which is why nosy Betty pokes her head out of the door across the wall.
I feel like that's me, only less obvious. Come on,
So Slimeball tries. Yeah, you look through the peephole.
Yes.
You get a better peephole if you need to.
You look through the peephole. If you have a window that faces out, you look through the window.
You don't move the blinds.
No, you just kind of like peer through them.
Yeah.
If you absolutely must open the door, then you go get your mail, quote unquote, and then come back slowly and drop it as you come in the door.
That's how that works.
Yes.
This is how to be a nosy neighbor 101. So Slimeball tries to get up in Teal'c's face, insulting his name and telling Teal'c to check himself before he gets hurt.
And the Teal'c Cutter is the best line of the whole show.
Teal'c's like, I have checked.
I don't know why that makes me so happy. I have checked.
The best.
Yeah.
The best.
Yeah.
that were in college. And I don't even know what it was. It was some sort of true crime show that was on some channel. I can't even tell you where it originated from, but they had the narrator who was doing this voice as he narrated over the series.
Oh boy.
And then they're apparently in a alley, like a back alley, and he's like, I can't remember how it started, but there's apparently a guy about to attack another guy. And he goes, and then he said, break yourself, which is street slang for prepare to be mugged. I'm like, break yourself?
Break yourself. AKA prepare to be mugged.
I know.
The hell.
That became a running, ongoing joke for years. We had birthday cakes that said break yourself on them.
I like that.
Along with Katamari Damashi jokes.
Oh, I do like some Katamari. We
It's a
used
good
to play it until we couldn't play it anymore because we were stoned and our hands hurt and we needed snacks. Then we would just listen to the soundtrack.
Here's the problem. We weren't stoned while we were playing it for hours.
Broken bad people. We one time I remember one time doing ecstasy. And there was something really nice about the
yeah, it's great.
It just sticks there. I'm
just saying, I don't know what that says about us that we would play it for 6 hours straight while sober and not on drugs.
Do you think the Katamari ball could pick up the Stargate?
It depends on how, if it gets big enough, then yeah.
If you got enough stuff on there,
yeah.
How many do you have to pick up before you can roll up a Stargate?
I don't know. I'm thinking because the Stargate's a little heavier, you might have to get the ball about twice the height of the Stargate. That's what I'm thinking.
Got it.
Okay.
Roll it on up there.
So
little prince. Okay.
It is an iPad or an iOS app now.
Yes.
So Seinfeld leaves and Krista tries to play it off as many emotionally and physically abused women sadly do, that it's been hard on him recently and she just has to blah 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 blah. And Teal'c is like a lot of this going, none of this computes.
Yeah, why are you?
He's an asshole. You are a good person.
Be done with it. Yeah.
You are stronger than this shit.
I'm gonna call you out on something. I love that you misspelled a word, but you misspelled it so perfectly because it says boy fiend.
That works.
It's on purpose.
It does have squiggly lines underneath it. And you will notice my notes I give no shits about misspelling.
I don't always look over, but because there was a squiggly, it just caught my eye.
No,
it just felt really appropriate.
As in True Nixie form, these are literally, I mistype. I don't go back as long as I can read it. Sometimes you'll notice I can't read it, and I'm like,
I don't know what that meant, but it's fine. Yeah.
Anyway, so Teal'c does say I will be watching, but in a 9 slime ball, protective, comforting way.
Every move you make. No, wait, that is a little more slimy than Teal'c meant it. I'll be watching you. Oh, can't you see?
You belong to me.
Is creepy.
So creepy. It's so creepy.
These bad times.
Okay, so cut to a secret two-way conversation that I love, where Teal'c is trying to ask Daniel and Sam, since he doesn't understand Krista's behavior.
What humans do.
And then Sam is secretly trying to talk about her thing with Pete. And Daniel is like just Daniel. Daniel in this episode, I love the amount of I understand these social constructs, but I give no shits about them this entire episode.
No, and I feel like he's being internal dialogue is like, tread lightly, Dr. Jackson.
Oh no, internal monologue is like, I don't care that I'm contrary.
Yeah.
He goes on about cultural references, how there's always been pressure for young adults to pair up, and that includes the marrying of virgin corpses.
Yeah. Oh God.
And Sam laments accurately how every TV show, commercial, movie, presence in media all tells you how abnormal it is to be on your own and single, and how you shouldn't die alone, but also you shouldn't settle for anything less than the most perfect Disney fairy tale romance.
There's nothing you can do right because reasons.
And the boys are like, how are things?
Yeah. Fuck you, is what I would have answered.
And apparently on Chulak, when a man and woman break up, it's just a pledge break.
Yeah.
You just decide to break up, and it's civilized.
Yeah.
And if it's not civilized,
no weapons in I love that. They're civilized until they're not.
Until they're not.
I have checked.
It's kind of, but I'm 100% with Sam on this case, who's someone who basically did not date until her late 20s.
Yeah.
I'm with you, girl.
Yeah. I didn't. I don't know that dates are. I didn't settle for a monogamous partnership.
I just legit didn't like.
Yeah. Until my 30s, because I was like, why?
Yeah.
Why this one? This one is bullshit.
Whereas Sam would rather probably be doing sign stuff or at home fiddling with her motorcycle, and dealing with her motorcycle piping herself.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, I craft.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like this was a true thing that I dealt with, and I think this is probably true for you, and probably true for Sam, where it was like, I would meet people where I felt that I had to make myself small for.
Yes.
And I was like, I mean, you're nice, but I feel like I have to dumb myself down, or I have to not love the things I love so much, or so there's this constant, or my job needs to be not so big. There was all these people that I would date who I felt that I would have to be small for.
Yes.
And
change yourself, but not in a natural evolution to be in a partnership, but change yourself to not be who you are.
To make yourself smaller.
Yeah.
But to quote Christina Yang on Grey's Anatomy, you are the sun. Yeah. I am the sun. The world does revolve around me. It's my life.
Exactly.
And I mean that in the sense of like you don't make yourself small for others.
No.
So it took a long time to find someone.
You find someone to have a binary star solar system.
There you go. Yes. Where I was like, for me, it wasn't about completing each other. It was about like, I am a big glowing star. Yeah. Are you a big glowing star?
Can we revolve around each other in very tightly formation?
Yeah. It's like, do you want to be glowing stars together? Cool.
Cool.
Yeah. Not steal from each other.
I mean, well, there might be a little bit of sometimes solar will do that little tiny like, okay, I'll take a little bit of your gas and then you take a little bit of my gas.
Yeah. As long as it's a sharing thing.
Yeah. It's a little like connection between the two.
I do love your sons. The love of sons.
For the love of sons. So sometime later, Teal'c is doing some badass warrior training in the park, and Krista just happens to come by.
Speaking of stalkers.
Yeah. Because
she doesn't even pretend to be like strolling past.
Yeah, no. Here's what to me what it was is Teal'c is his own doing his lock now in the park, and I can imagine maybe she was walking by the other side and was like, oh, Teal'c's over there, and then walked to Teal'c.
That's fair. Yeah. But again, it's just the
let me just show up out of nowhere.
It's just the me who I am. I'm like, oh, that's a person I know. Let me not talk to them. Again. Let me walk around this way. We didn't have a pre-designated meeting, so I'm not gonna talk to them right now.
So apparently she broke up with Slimeball for good. He's not a bad guy, blah, 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 blah.
Lies.
And she's like, hey, can you teach me those martial arts?
Yeah, can you teach me your Teal'c
wink
in the bedroom?
And then we get a montage of Teal'c training her, both in the park and by candlelight in his apartment with half shirts.
Oh, yeah.
We're literally just waiting for the camera to like rack to just the candle.
Yeah.
Because they're about to make out.
Well, and it was like, what did we call it the day of? Either you or DP Jesse coined the phrase, was it slowtage?
Oh, yeah.
It was a montage.
It's like a slowtage.
Slow montage. I don't remember who said it. And
it's a foreplay-tage.
Yeah. It's a sextage.
It like Barry White's about to start playing.
My first, my last, my everything.
It's literally about to be queued up. Until
he has checked.
Until Teal'c goes check on her since she's late for her training session, and she answers the door very nervously, very cautiously, saying that she can't train with Teal'c anymore because guess who's back in town? And her wrist is completely bruised.
Yikes.
Yeah. So Slimeball keeps trying to intimidate Teal'c. And like, what goes on between me and Chris ain't none of your business.
Here's how you know how drunk this man is.
He's going against Teal.
Yeah, like he doesn't even hit like chest level on Teal.
No. Seriously, bark up a different tree, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Teal does tell him that if he ever injures Krista again, he will kill him, and that is not a threat.
Yikes.
That's just like information for your knowledge.
Yeah, this is just a fact.
I'm just pre-warning you.
Yeah.
So in the other storyline, Jax comes uttering the words he never thought he'd utter. I need that report.
Oh, poor Jax.
He's settling into his role. So Sam is flustered, not organized, very un-Sam.
Yeah.
But also it's after midnight without her realizing. And
I do like that it is tomorrow.
And really, Jack is just checking on her because she hasn't tried to once confuse him with technobabble.
I do love this. I love that he's, regardless of all the new shit he's had to deal with, he's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I haven't been annoyed recently by someone's scientific ramblings. This is a bad sign.
Yeah. And Sam shows him the engagement ring.
Yeah.
He's like, people normally wear these on their fingers.
Yeah. Because she's an alien too.
And Sam's like, I haven't said yes. And he's like, nor have you said no.
Mm-hmm.
She's been thinking about this for 2 weeks.
Wow.
I'm just going to say, as someone who is newly married, if you have to think about whether you want to marry someone for 2 weeks, maybe take that as into consideration.
I think what it means is that he asked too soon.
Oh, I'm 100% with that.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you can say no without being like, we're gonna break up.
You can say not yet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If you are considering whether you want to marry this person for 2 weeks,
you're just not ready to be married.
Whether it's with him or with anyone,
right?
Like,
that's
you're
what
just
yeah.
not in a place.
Soon.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, chill.
Yeah.
Chill.
Hey, slow the fuck down.
And you know what? If he says that, you know, it's now or never, then it's a never.
Yeah. Just like Rory told Logan.
Exactly.
Because she's like, hey, I'm not ready yet. And he's like, it's now or never. And she's like, peace out, motherfucker.
Peace out, yo.
Still the best lay you're ever going to have as far as the sequels are concerned.
But yeah, it's just, yeah.
It's great that he loves her so much.
It is absolutely fantastic.
You got to work at everybody.
But you also have to read the room.
Don't rush people.
You have to read the room.
Yeah.
And you know, they could still, Pete and her could actually be the most wonderful couple, and they could later get married, and it could be amazing.
Maybe you have to wait like Luke waited for Lorelai for 100 years.
But also, like,
it's gonna keep all the Gilmore Girls references.
Exactly. It's just like you don't have to be married.
No. You could just wait.
You just wait.
Yeah.
And then she wonders if it's right to put someone through the stress and the risk of going through the gate with the possibility of not coming back. And Jack correctly points out that people do that shit all over the world every day. It's no different than if you were a police officer, a firefighter, any sort of EMS, in the military. All of these jobs, just because you are going to an alien planet does not inherently make your risk any different.
No, the odds are the odds.
The odds are the odds.
And yeah, if your job is in the public safety, you know what I mean? Yeah. If you're one of these people who, you know, an ER nurse.
Yeah.
Kaylee really cares about
ER nurses. Really cares about ER nurses. Kaylee, come here. Hey. Come here. Come. Thank you. Stop. I was trying to catch my train of thought. Oh, but you also have the benefit of Pete's also a police officer. If anyone is going to understand that type of, you know, shit may go down.
Yeah.
It's
when
gonna
I
be Pete.
Leave out the door, this is possibly the last time I'll see you. So I love you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But my other thing is she's also immediately going, what about kids? And Jack's like, what about them? Because as I'm like, just because you get married doesn't mean you have to have kids. This is not like it's not a package.
Yeah, you don't have to buy both. It's not a super value menu.
It's not a value menu.
I'm fine with that.
You can get married and then deal with the question of kids later.
Sometimes you just want a burger.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't need fries.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, yes, if you want kids, that's a completely valid conversation to have. You don't have to like have that conversation when you're wondering about getting married.
Maybe you wanted 10-piece chicken nuggets. Maybe you don't want any chicken nuggets.
Exactly. Maybe you want some spicy chicken nuggets. I don't know what that analogy means.
Your kid's an asshole. No, I don't know.
But it's just that I think is, and part of me wonders because Sam is so intelligent. I wonder if that is a conversation aspect or bullet point that Sam is putting into the conversation again because she's wavering, whether she wants to not necessarily marry Pete, but marry Pete right now.
I think it falls into a different category other than intelligence. I think it's Sam's always done her duty. And it falls under this idea of like, well, is that what my duty is as a wife, is to provide children?
That could be.
I think that's where it's falling into because she's always been one to do what the job entails and do it
to her. A family, from her experience, a family involves children.
Right. That's just what she assumes the duty is. She assumes that wifing well means providing children.
And to a lot of women, that is part of it. And
but, I mean, the great thing is it's up to each person to define what it means to be a good partner.
Because feminism.
I mean, I'm gonna just say fucking yes, feminism, but also like in other relationships too. Like there doesn't have to be a wife and a husband, regardless of gender. Like,
no. I'm just talking specifically about the idea of as a woman, if you get married, children. you have to have children.
Yeah.
It's like, you might 100% want children.
Yeah.
You may not want to get married. You may just want children.
Yeah.
You may want to get married and not have children.
Yeah.
You may want to get married and have children. It doesn't really matter.
It's really only up to the two people who are involved.
Exactly.
To decide how that fucking will work.
You may just want to get married and have puppies.
Yeah. 7 puppies.
To be fair, you can't be the person to have puppies, but you can acquire the puppies.
You can also reserve the right to change your mind at any point.
Fuck yeah.
You know, to say, hey, I did want this and now I don't. Or, hey, I didn't want this and now I might.
Because feminism.
It's all about communication.
But you knew we'd have a lot to say about this Sam plot. So back in Teal'c's apartment, Krista is waiting outside his door in tears. She's done with slime ball for real this time. She's highly emotional. She needs to get out of here tonight.
Let's run away.
Let's drive and never look back.
That's a bad sign. Anytime anyone wants to do that, it's like, you got to tell me what's going on.
It's certainly not criminal reasons why I have to leave.
There's no criminal reasons here.
That would be a comical crime. Would be criminal.
So I thought they had to do something with Crimea, but I like yours better.
It's criminal reasons is a criminal.
Next time I don't have the answer for something, I'm going to say it's because of criminal reasons.
Most of Florida man's problems
they're criminal.
This is a new legit word that I want to see used in
reactions.
News broadcasts. So Sam visits Daniel in his lab. It didn't take long for Colonel Kendrick to discover a dead slime ball and blame Teal'c. And to add to the "this looks bad," both Krista and Teal'c are missing, so Teal'c is now officially wanted for kidnapping and murder.
2 yikes equals yikes.
So in the car that night with some great blues music. There's some good music. I
feel like Teal'c's like, did you guys know about this thing called music?
Did you know about the blues?
Yeah, like he's discovering. It's like, do you guys know about this? Do you guys know what jazz is?
It sings to my soul.
Yeah.
And I don't know why.
Yeah.
Teal'c notices they're being
soon
followed.
He's going to discover the Beatles. He's going to be like, you guys know about this band called the Beatles?
They're great. This album, it's all white.
Yeah. What a concept.
And Krista is pretty sure it's not Slimeball following him, which means he can't explain why, but they're following Teal'c.
Yeah.
Teal'c can lose him, but will require him to violate posted speed limits and driving regulations. So they make it to a motel.
So it's really shitty here until you figure out the real truth. For a minute, I was like, oh, Krista killed the guy. And then wants to pin it on Teal'c. Until you figure out what's actually happened, you're like, she's a bitch.
That's interesting because I never thought she was necessarily trying to pin it on Teal'c.
No, I don't think she was at all. I think they the former NID guys were.
Oh, yeah.
But my first instinct was her.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's interesting because my first time watching it, I never got the idea that
it was her.
To me, it was always going, I just did a thing.
Yeah.
I need to fucking get away. And this is the strong man, the strong protective man who can help me.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. The thing is, she does kill him, and then she's gone in the morning.
Yes.
That's why I think when I was like, fuck her in the face.
So they make it to the motel. I'm sure there's magic fingers on the bed.
Mm-hmm.
And
but the corridor's in.
She's like, where did Teal'c learn to drive like that? And because Krista is smart and figured out that not Daniel's research assistant.
He's like nobody's assistant.
She's like, are you a spy? Irregardless, she doesn't care because it's time to just pan away as they start making out.
Dun, dun, dun. She's like, you know what? I decided I don't care that much. Take your shirt off.
A bang, a bang, a bang, a bang, 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 a bang. Get it, Seal. So Pete meets Sam. Not sure, like, she's like, I need more time. But that's not why I'm here. I need your help.
Hey, yeah. All that's important. But first,
help me out of the thing. Yeah. Well, I don't know if I want to marry you, which is completely valid.
Yeah.
And I also do give Pete credit here where he's not like, just give me an answer now.
Yeah.
To whatever credit I can give Pete.
He's learning. He's learning. Very eager. I'm not going to chalk it up to anything other than he's just full head over heels over this woman.
He is completely, I mean.
And he probably is not the best at relationships either.
No.
So he's just trampling his way through this.
They both are trampling their way.
And you know what I mean? He's just, he's just kind of a bruiser a little bit.
Who wouldn't be head over heels over Sam? I'm fucking head over heels over Sam.
So I gotta give him credit for that.
Yeah.
And he's like, look, I'm never going to find anyone like this.
No.
So I'm all in.
You can't go up from Sam.
Yeah.
For all of this shit I give Pete.
Yeah.
Pete is, I do fully believe, completely in love with Sam. I don't necessarily know if Sam is completely in love with Pete.
No, but she has a choice.
She has a choice.
Yeah.
And I think
I'll tell you that I had a friend in a situation similar to this, where she met this guy within a year. He's like, I'm locking it down. And we were always like, okay about the guy, but we're like, what's the rush? And they're still married.
Yeah.
And they did very well together. And he's like, look, I just knew I would never do better.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, he just knew before I did.
And that
can happen.
And it can 100% happen. And I don't think it's necessarily like, especially when you get into the age that they are at, the instant you know.
Yeah.
Like, I knew I was going to most likely marry Nick extremely early on.
I wanted to make a bad joke, but I don't know if my friend Jesse is listening. I want to be like, debatable.
And so like that part, it's just how Pete started it.
Yeah.
I don't doubt that Pete's completely in love with Sam. It's more of, I just don't know if Sam is completely in love with Pete.
Right.
I still think at the end, Sam is like, we'll make this work. Like, Sam loves Pete, I'm sure.
Yes.
But there's a part of Sam that's never going to, I don't think, close the door on Jack.
Yeah, but
she goes in her head, she makes a conscious choice of it's not going to happen.
I think she needs some therapy to close that door.
She does.
Because the thing is, the door's never going to open.
No.
You know what I mean? It's not going to open more than whatever it's open now. So you're right.
Yeah.
But she's got to find a way through it.
And so I think that is the fight that Sam goes with through this is, again, she said earlier about how everyone is always telling you needs to be this fairy tale romance.
Yeah.
Everyone tells you that when a man proposes to you that there's going to be fireworks and there's going to be, this big thing, and it's going to be, of course, you're going to know, and you're going to go into tears, and that's what society tells you.
You're going to love it, love it, love it.
Exactly. Yeah. Everyone tells you when you find the wedding dress, you're going to break down in tears. Like, no. Yeah. Everyone's different. And
yeah,
so
because what if you don't? What if you do find a great dress and you're not in tears? And you're going to be like, is this not the dress? Or everything.
Not speaking
everything
from
is,
experience.
Yeah. Everything is just trying to make you doubt yourself.
And so I think that's what Sam's doing this whole episode.
Mm-hmm.
Sam completely loves Pete. I'm sure they would have a fantastic, amazing, super loving relationship. But Sam is this entire time fighting, going, am I settling down too soon? Is this the right person to do this with? Yes, I love him, but is there other options?
Yeah.
Which is why I'm like, maybe you just have to give it another year.
Yeah, give it some time, because if you're considering other options,
how about you? It's like a promise ring.
Yeah,
let's
have a very long engagement.
Exactly. Have like a 5-year engagement. What's stopping you?
Sometimes people do that. I did have one couple friend who had like a very, very long one, and then it didn't work out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
and it was okay. Everybody was, it hurts, I'm sure.
But but again, it ends up better in the long run. Yeah, that's
yikes. Yikes. No more love talk. Let's get to some shooting some things.
So when Teal'c wakes up, Krista is gone, and there's a knock on the door, and it is a ton of police officers and SWAT gear.
Yikes.
Telling him to turn around and put his hand to your head, and this is where Teal'c realizes he's also black.
Yeah, hey. I just remembered why I should stay under the radar, and this is a bad thing.
So there's so there's a bonus that instead of going to jail, they just took him back to house arrest at his old quarters at the SGC.
Yeah, because Krista's nowhere to be found. And that's when I was like, what the fuck did she do?
I get that.
Yeah.
And Teal'c said he didn't do it, which is good enough for Jack.
Yeah.
And I mean, Kendrick is basically assuming Teal'c is guilty, no matter what Teal'c says. So in Daniel's lab, some ancient just pops up on the screen.
Yeah.
So you're
like spam blocker did not block ancient.
So ancient is literally just a 1-to-1 code.
Apparently, yeah.
No, in the show, ancient is just a 1-to-1 code.
Okay.
Like when you write a code in your notebook and you make up a language with your friends. So you can screenshot it when it pops up, and it literally reads, actual words are hard to decipher, so this will work.
I like it.
That's what the ancient says.
Makes me happy. Words are tough.
You can actually, I forget exactly what they say, but you can read all the ancient on the stairs in Atlantis.
Oh,
They say things.
Really? Do they like fun things?
I think so. I forget. It's a little more serious than those ones.
Welcome to the happiest place on earth.
But I used to make things out of duct tape. And so my bag in college was a messenger bag completely made out of duct tape that had a Stargate emblem on front. And then in ancient with duct tape, I wrote Azrina.
What's Azrina?
Was my nickname.
Ah.
Because I decided to give myself a name after reading The Dragon Riders of Pern. And so I named myself Azrina.
What's my old-timey nickname? I need an old time. I gotta think about it.
All of my, I danced, and so you get those nice little jackets that have your name on them, and we wrote Azrina. My mom's shirt said, instead of saying Nicole's mom, said Azrina's mom.
I love that your mom supported that. She's like, yeah, this is my kid. This one's mine. Azrina. I made it. I made it in my own body.
So, anyways, the ancient pops up, and also it's so squared off. I really want to knit some ancient into a pharaoh sweater. I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen.
That would be so cool.
I'm pretty sure the next pharaoh I do, even if I follow the pattern, there's gonna be one section of it that I do in ancient.
Do it. Do it. I like it.
I'm just gonna write "fuck you" in ancient.
Stay sexy and don't get murdered.
Oh, 100% I can put "stay sexy and don't get murdered" in ancient. So anyway, that's when the phone rings. It's a mysterious, nefarious voice wanting him to translate this into Gould.
It's Batman.
Daniel plays super dumb. What ancient language? They do say he's the one man on earth who can translate it, but really is he
the one man?
I understand, even if it's super obscure, like there hasn't been anyone else nerding out over language on the base.
Yeah, I'm still not happy with this. We discussed it a couple episodes back as well.
Yeah.
Somebody else needs to learn ancient.
Because if he's the only one who can translate all these things, that we know Weir knows ancient.
Yes.
So there's other people know ancient.
Yeah.
I'm granting they might say he's the only person because it's some obscure ancient or dialect or something.
Or the only one they want. He's the top ancient transcriber.
Daniel wouldn't have time to be on SG1.
Yeah.
Like there's no bill,
Yeah.
but in language form.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Somebody
on every SG team should have a working knowledge of.
Can I say just hire Sarah?
Oh yeah.
She's as smart as Daniel is. She's already been a Gould. You don't have to like NDA her. She's already been NDA'd.
Right.
Just hire Sarah.
I stick with my thought of every SG team should have someone with a working knowledge, even if it's not fluent.
And I think they do. I definitely think they do. I think
Hey, fire is hot.
They're playing on the
obscure part.
Don't
candle.
Put your hand in the fire.
I want it. It's calling me.
Candle,
I can see my future.
If the candle is the meal already cooked?
Shireen has to die. Spoilers.
If the candle is flame, then the meal was cooked yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So they have the people, the nefarious people have the murder on tape. So they know it wasn't Teal'c. You can prove Teal'c's innocence.
They're like, yeah, we made a snuff film.
But you have to translate these things. And if you tell anyone, the deal is off. So Daniel does the dumb thing and doesn't tell anyone.
Now, come on, dude. You should know better than this.
You were at the SGC. There is a place that you can go and tell Jack and they won't know about it.
There's a place where you can tell Jack that you want to have scrambled eggs for breakfast.
Yeah.
And he's going to know exactly what you're saying.
Yes.
Some bullshit thing. Yeah.
You want tossed salad and scrambled eggs.
Yeah. Hey, I was thinking of getting a tube steak at the park. But I got to go by myself, okay? Bye.
I'm going to pick you up a tube steak.
What do you like on your tube steak?
And some fermented wheat. So at Chris's apartment, Pete does his Pete thing and is smarter than the investigator who looked at the scene. Unless the investigator was in there with too, and he
that's what I'm thinking. Or he got paid off.
Something.
Yeah.
But if he had been choked and killed against the wall, then you would have followed and fallen in a slump.
Yeah.
And this guy was dragged here. So if they had took under investigation that empty apartment over across the way is probably where they'd be.
I do like forensics Pete.
Yeah, forensics Pete's
good. Yeah.
He's good at his job.
He's also, I will give him this. A credit to why he's a good match for Sam. He loves his job and he's good at it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they go check it. The apartment is empty, assumingly wiped clean, but there's 3 indentations of a tripod. And
also, who doesn't fucking check for the indentations?
You wipe the place clean, but
it literally, you put 3 ice cubes in there and you're done.
Done.
Yeah.
So
life hack, guys. Indents in carpet, put an ice cube in it, walk away, it melts, picks the carpet up.
Exactly. So Pete's been on steak up before. Is there a pizza place nearby? So Daniel actually goes to this meeting alone because reasons. I don't even know why he does this. So he would know so much better than this by now. He meets a guy saying, he's like, look, I need more time. I need some context to put this translation into, all the stall tactics.
Yeah.
The guy gives no shits. He's like, I'm going to try to scare you and be super dramatic about how if you either give me it now or things will escalate and I will kill the girl. Oh, and there's a sniper around. And Daniel is like, your car? My car? Should I follow you?
So many cars. I do like the coffee cup intimidation.
Yeah, the coffee cup intimidation is good.
Yeah. At that poor coffee. R.I.P. coffee cup.
Don't shoot coffee.
Yeah. And then I was trying to think. It went through the coffee cup very smoothly. Where does the bullet, does it go into the grass at that point? Does the water stop it enough to where it just kind of...
No, I'm assuming it's buried in the grass now.
Okay. I don't know how momentum works.
Momentum.
Or velocity or any... I know words.
Velocity is a change in speed and direction.
So with going through the water and the coffee, the liquid...
It would change your velocity. Yes.
Oh, yes! I did a science thing.
Yay, science! So I do like that I do feel that the reason Daniel thought he could just go in his own because Daniel completely misunderstood the threat level.
It's 100%. Midnight. It's threat level midnight. Sorry, I watched The Office. It's all of the threat. So
Sam is updating Teal'c on the situation. They found a possible guy from the pizza place, and they're running the plates. Jack comes in. Kendrick is finally convinced that there's something else wrong because Daniel's also missing. So in the car, Daniel assumes that these are ex-NID guys, and they're all calling themselves The Trust.
What a
so dumb.
fucktard name. I couldn't find the right word.
So
God, it's just so gross.
The Trust.
The Trust.
It's bad. It's so bad.
All right.
So they're the ones who are watching Teal'c because he thought he was a planetary security risk. And we don't want some aliens roaming the streets unsupervised and saving the planet more times than you can count. It's not enough to trust him.
Let's not touch that with a temple.
Because alien motives can't be trusted.
Nope. Leave that alone.
10 feet away. And so he's partly to blame for the slime ball's death, only because he's the one who taught Krista how to crush a man's windpipe. And
make it his fault.
It does not.
No.
And they saw the opportunity to frame Teal'c, and they took it.
Yeah.
So I also love that as soon as they get to the warehouse with Daniel, the other guy's like, "Are you fucking insane? He's part of SG1. Do you know the
what
pain?
What the hell have you done?
The reign of pain that you have brought down on this place?
We're in trouble. We're in trouble
with
now.
With a capital T and that rhymes with P and that stands for pool. Hate that musical. But I do like the guy's super aware of who Daniel is.
That's the Big Trouble in River City, right?
Yeah, yes. It's Music Man.
Yes, I was gonna get that. Damn.
I hate Music Man. Like, you don't understand. Although, however, because I was highly involved with Music Man, I have alternate theater tech versions of most of the songs.
That's impressive.
Yeah. We would sing them. Even while we were sitting on stage behind a prop, we would sing them.
Nice.
Because the mics couldn't hear us.
Right.
So Pete calls Sam's lab line.
Lab line.
The car from the pizza place was a rental, and all the info on it was from a guy who died 6 months ago. So let's set track his ass. At the bad guy warehouse, they've set up to transmit the symbols once they have them. Chris is brought in super confused and scared.
She's like, what the fuck did I do? Holy shit.
And if it helps, they didn't mean for all of this to happen. They just took advantage of the situation that arose, and now blackmail just kind of happens.
Good on them for taking initiative and having motivation.
Sometimes blackmail happens.
Yeah, just the way it works.
Give me the symbols now or she will die.
Throw me the idol, throw you the whip.
She's like, what did I do?
She's like, I'm sorry, I killed him. He was a bastard.
So they will immediately know if the symbols that Daniel translates are correct. So he writes the translation down, they scan it, they transmit it, good to go. And then we see the cavalry show up outside the warehouse. And they tell Daniel and Crystal to stand up, face a wall. The rest of the crew is wiping all the computers, taking down their setup. And outside, Sam and Pete join the SWAT team.
Yeah.
Inside, Daniel tries to calm a rightfully freaking out Krista.
Yeah. It's bad.
And instead of shooting them, he just zats them. And everyone escapes.
Which I feel like at that point, to the time she passes out, Krista still thinks she's dead.
Oh, 100%.
Like, I don't imagine she thinks she's waking up from that.
No.
Yeah.
I'm surprised she didn't scream because
right.
If you don't know what a zat gun is, you're just being shot.
You're like, I'm dying. I've died now.
So when SWAT breaks in, it's just an unconscious Daniel and Krista and emptiness.
Yeah.
And they just start quickly waking up. And Pete's like, is it normal for bad guys just to disappear into thin air? Sam's like,
yes, it's called the non-screen ring device, which we didn't have the budget for, so we just
listen. I'm fine with creative ways of going on.
I'm okay with that. Yeah, we understood what they did.
We knew exactly what was going on. Yeah. We didn't need to see the ring device.
They were all group hugging.
Yeah,
and then there was a bright light, and then they were gone.
And then the sound effect.
Yeah.
But yes, Sam says yes to Pete behind a car.
Yeah.
And then they make out.
I love how offhanded it's just. Oh, by the way, yes.
Yeah. About the other conversation. No. Yes, about the other thing.
Yeah. So do you want to go get burgers? Like, that's how nonchalantly.
It took you 2 weeks
to be cool with it.
Like,
But it is Sam's way.
It is very Sam's way. It's very their way.
Yeah.
He, didn't make a big deal about it when he proposed.
That's true. They were eating tube steaks.
They're eating tube steaks. There was no knee.
Uh-huh.
But yeah. So Sam and Pete are engaged.
Yay. That means Pete's gone down. I love them so much. But that means Pete's gone down. Nobody gets to be happy. Everybody is bitter and alone and saving the world. Have you heard of a superhero who gets the happy ending?
The Incredibles.
Do they though?
That's a happy marriage.
I mean, you saw Incredibles too.
Yeah, but in the end, they're happy again.
That's fair.
Now, again, just because you have moments where you're not unhappy does not mean you're not happy overall.
All right, fair.
I think that is a marriage that's gonna survive.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So also no capes. So
no capes.
Teal'c moves out of his apartment and doesn't even get mad when Skater Boy breaks his shit.
He's like, don't break. All right, cool. That only traveled like millions and millions of light years away, but sure.
So Krista is there. She blames herself, which no, even in death, this guy is conquering you.
Yeah,
It was self-defense, dude. And she doesn't know the whole story, but she does know that they were using her to get to Teal'c. Accurate. So Teal'c knows, and he knows that he has to move back to the base because him living out in the world and in public means that there will always be people who are trying to exploit any relationship he has with any person to their advantage.
Yeah. That's why superheroes don't usually keep loved ones around.
Yeah.
That's why Tyrion kept trying to send Shay away.
Yes.
And then she wouldn't go.
But I guess my question is that how much of a difference is it between Teal'c and any other person of SG1 who lives off base? Because at this point, what's the difference? They're also monitoring Sam. They're monitoring everyone. So what's the difference between them kidnapping Pete?
I think on the world stage, if something happens, Teal'c is undeniably not from this planet.
I'm still just saying.
You know what I mean? Like, you're right, but
I'm still just saying he doesn't have to move out back to the SGC. Have him just move into Daniel's extra room.
No, I just think that it's not just of being spotted. Yes, they can all be spotted. They can all be taken in. At the end of the day, at worst for Sam and Jack, they denial. And they're like, okay, maybe they're working on something, but they're still.
But Teal'c doesn't have Junior anymore.
He doesn't have Junior.
So
his blood is different.
But the thing is like, if something happens, like, they can deny that shit from here until tomorrow.
I mean, you make a solid argument.
Yeah.
You make a solid argument. That's what my instinct says.
And I think that's the instinct from the logistics of the world that they live in. I'm just saying.
Well, and the other thing is, Sam and Jack and Daniel have a paper trail of existing on Earth.
That is true.
You know what I mean?
And I can make one up. It's the government.
Sure, you can. That's true.
For Teal'c,
that's what I mean. There's just more holes in his story than anyone else's.
And just have him move in with Jack or Daniel.
Yeah. We adopted him from Mozambique.
We've adopted him from Mozambique.
We did not realize how big he would be, but we love him just the same. Also, Jack and I are getting married. This is your Aunt Sam.
So Skater Boy shows off. And they say goodbye now. But Skater Boy shows off his Anubis symbol on the bottom of the skateboard, which touches Teal'c.
Yeah.
Even if it's a symbol of his oppressive false god.
But I mean,
But it touches Teal'c.
Yeah.
Because to this guy, it's just the Teal'c symbol.
This poor kid's going to get himself into trouble one day with that symbol.
100%.
Yikes. My favorite part.
Sometimes you can't wear red.
Don't go to Target in a red shirt and then get mad because people ask you questions.
That's not even where I was going.
No, I know. I was trying to.
That's the Nixie World.
Safe. Yeah.
That was the Nixie World version.
Yeah, I was making it safe. But I love that the puppy in the beginning of the episode is back at the end of the episode.
It's so cute.
It's a pupper.
It's adorable. So Teal'c and Krista say silent goodbye, and I fuck. Well, before Teal'c drives away into the sunset.
We'll always have shitty motel.
We'll always have magic fingers.
This was fun. I have a feeling we're going to see the trust again.
Trust. I will say this, and this is only half a spoiler. There is a later episode that was supposed to be aired before this one.
Oh.
And it's only because the Trust are actually introduced.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
So I will be honest. This is either number 1 or number 2 for me. I love this episode. I'm gonna put it number 2.
All right.
I'm gonna put it at number 2. Which knocks Lockdown off my list.
So I've got New Order, Avatar. Icon is the one with
Daniel in World War II.
Oh, yes. I actually I'm going to put this above Icon.
Okay.
After below Avatar. And I think, tell me what 0 Hour is. I remember Lockdown. Lockdown's the one with he's writing the letter about.
Yes. Lockdown is, hold up.
Well, which one's 0 Hour?
I'm pausing because I've always gotten Lockdown and 0 Hour confused.
That's what I think.
Which is my problem. 0 Hour is the one where he's writing with the plants.
Oh, see, then I had it wrong.
Lockdown is the one with the
Russian wanting to be on the thing. I think I'm gonna knock out 0 Hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep the one with the Russian a little bit longer.
Cool.
But yeah, my order is New Order, Avatar, Affinity, Icon, and Lockdown. And Nixie, what's yours?
New Order, Affinity, 0 Hour, Avatar, Lockdown.
Wow.
Oh, I crossed Lockdown. It ends with Icon. I just read my last one, even though it doesn't exist anymore.
Bye now. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Who's next?
Next up is, I can't tell you how excited I am. It is Atlantis, season 1, Poisoning the Well. You guys know for a fact how much you can preview it, how much I love, and why I love this episode. It's amazing. I'm just going to tell you that this had 2 actors being nominated for Leo Awards for Best Dramatic.
Prediction.
Yes.
More butt stuff.
You know what? May not be wrong. May not be wrong.
Poisoning the well is a euphemism for fucking, I don't know, your enemy.
More butt stuff.
All right. Okay. We love you guys. You know where to find us. On Twitter, we're at Terra Podcast.
Facebook at There's No Place Like Terra.
You can email us at There's No Place Like Terra @gmail.com.
Patreon.com/There's No Place Like Terra. I last week put up the Dolphin Cast, and if I have time today, I might record another one. If not, it may be another week.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Bye, guys.